directed by the award-winning Catherine Bigelow. It stars the beautiful Jessica Chastain as well as John Barrowman.
You wouldn't know it watching it, though, John, really,
no,
would you?
If there's
what
a
happened?
There's a point where you blink and you miss, and it's there was a big scene that we did that I actually had a good chunk of dialogue, but it ended on the cutting room floor, and I knew it probably would.
How much of it ended up on the cutting room floor?
The whole speech that I had. So I ended up saying one line in an elevator, but it was great. Apparently, it made the and cameo roles of the year for the Academy Awards. I was number 3 out of 5 in The Guardian.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Because it said Captain Jack in a lift with Tony Soprano. So there you go.
But that must have been very exciting, though, when you got that call saying it's Catherine Bigelow.
It was, because as soon as they mentioned Catherine Bigelow, they said the next big Catherine Bigelow movie, and they didn't send a script, they sent a little page which had that speech on it that they wanted me to do. And then they said, we're not allowed to tell you what it's called. You go film it, and then we'll let you know once you've signed the contract. And I said, listen, if it's Catherine Bigelow, even if it's, one line or nothing, just to be seen, I'll go and do it.
Is that you we were looking at there with that,
so you blink and miss it,
very ordinary hairstyle?
Yes, thank you for that. Yes, it was. Yeah, I was playing a conservative Republican, probably.
But
his name was Jeremy.
You filmed for a whole week.
A whole week.
To end up with, like, one line
Correct.
in the lift.
Correct. There was a whole bunch of other stuff, and, it took a week, and then that was it, in the lift.
Anyway,
well, that's John's side of the story.
Who cares? Because you've got
says.
your new book out.
Yes.
You don't care about the movies. Bone Quill. But actually, this is the follow-up to the book you did with your sister, isn't it?
This is the second in a series that my sister Carol and I have written. The first book called Hollow Earth. This is the next phase of the twins' journey and their life as Animare, which are...
So tell people the story. This is
brother and sister, twins who have special powers, and their powers are to put themselves into animation or artwork, or bring artwork to life in the real world. They are wanted by some bad guys who are chasing them, which in the first book takes them up to Scotland, where their mother then disappears. We find out what happens to their mother in the beginning of the second book, but in this second book, we have another character called Solon who lives in the Middle Ages, and the Middle Ages and present day come together in a form of time travel,
and what is
which
the
we
bone
work with
quill?
Art. The bone quill is, well, it's I don't want to give it all away.
Okay, it's too...
No.
Because you came up with this idea on a train, didn't you?
We came up in a car.
Oh, in a car.
With having an extreme sugar high. Yes, we were eating...
Wait a minute, I mean, I know your sister is a very reputed scholar.
Correct.
As well, a very, very intelligent woman.
You're
telling me you didn't lock yourself away in a sanctuary or something for days on end on retreat.
No.
You were at jelly beans or
something. We were Percy Pigging our way from London to Cardiff. Yes, right. And we'd had a bag or so, plus probably some jelly babies and other things, and we recorded the conversation, and by the end of the trip, we had mapped out the major plot points for the 3 books. Don't ask. It's a Barrowman way.
Well, if it works, don't knock it.
No, exactly. Exactly.
This American thing, when we're looking at you there in the movie, Arrow on Sky One.
Correct.
Which is based on the DC comic story.
The Green Arrow, yes.
Green Arrow. Amazing that you're part of that, I would have thought. Well,
amazing, yeah. I mean, the fact I was having a few days break, and actually more than about a week break in our house in Palm Springs, and I got a call from Andrew Kreisenberg, the producer, and he just said to me, we would love you to play this role. We're huge fans of Doctor Who and Torchwood and Captain Jack, and we think you'd be great as Malcolm Merlyn. And at that time, he told me what the plot of the whole series was going to be for the character. And the role starts out very small, but then it continues to grow. And in fact, this Monday at 8 o'clock on Sky One, it's the big episode where Malcolm Merlyn, it's all about me. And Malcolm Merlyn basically comes back with full force. And I don't want to tell you what happens, but it's a major, major episode in the series. And then I go back after the book tour. We filmed the last 3 episodes of the first series, and it's one of the first TV shows in America that's been commissioned already for its next series because of its popularity. It's huge on Sky, huge in America. It's selling all over the world.
And are you in the second series?
I don't know yet.
Oh.
I don't know what happens to Malcolm, and that's the kind of the exciting thing about episodic television. But I do know that Andrew had said to me that they created Malcolm Merlyn, MM, to be the Lex Luthor of this comic book world. So quite exciting. Even, you know, I might...
And do you like getting the evil roles? I mean, the bad guy stuff.
I like getting any roles, right? And I like to work.
Fair point.
But it's nice to play a bad guy because you can play a bad guy, and what I like to try and do with the bad guys is make them likable, so that people have a bit of a dilemma. You know, I know I'm not supposed to like him, but I do like him, and that's what I try to do. So hopefully that's working.
So are you based in America full-time now?
No, I'm still back and forth. I mean, we still have our house here, and in fact, this weekend I'm heading off to Cardiff, to our house in Wales. But it's nice to be able to, I'm very fortunate that I'm able to go work in the States and also to have the house in Palm Springs, because how nice to be sitting by the pool one afternoon and then I catch a flight up to Vancouver, go to the winter and come back and then pop over here to the
You're an international
rain.
Jet setter is what you are.
It's lovely. It's lovely. Yes, I can't. You want to come jet setting with me?
Yes, please.
Leave him to his football.
Yeah, that's fine.
You and I will go off and have a great time.
That's a very, very good
little tipple of champagne.
I think
Ruth
so.
and I.
A few Percy Picks and jelly beans.
Exactly.
And we'd be happy.
We'll write a book.
Now, what about the 50 years Doctor Who big celebrations? Are you going to be involved in that?
I haven't had any information up until just about right now, and all I can say to you is that we're discussing things.
I saw
that's a total exclusive. You guys are the first to ever hear it.
Because
even yesterday I was giving interviews and I was saying I have heard nothing, and now I can give you a little bit of an exclusive.
I saw that there's a celebration going on at the British Film Institute just up the road, and your face is on a poster up there.
Is it?
Yeah, maybe things are progressing more quickly than you thought.
Yeah, I don't know about it. It's all very secretive.
All very secretive. John, so glad it's all going so well for you, whether it's being author, actor, in the movies or on the small screen. Thank you very much.
I appreciate
indeed.
it, guys.
Cheers,
Thank you.
mate.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Mustn't forget your sister either.
No,
Carol.
Carol. She does the hard work.
She's the brains in the family.
Yeah, she's the brains.
Yeah. We'll say goodbye to you. Have yourselves a lovely weekend. James McAvoy's coming on the show on Monday. But now,
37 long years after the curtains came down, hit musical A Chorus Line is back, the very heart of the West End here.